So first of all, thank you both so much for joining us today. This is a very important time in our nation's history, so thank you all so much for coming to do the interview today. So for the first question, what are your thoughts on the election this year? Haley?
Normally, college Democrats, we would get together like that night or the next night, and we probably won't do that this year just because we don't know exactly when the results are going to come in. And, on the other side of that, everyone's been voting for weeks. And so most of my friends had made up their minds weeks, if not months ago, and have voted, in the past weeks or even, months, because early voting is the way to go this year.
Jesse, what are your thoughts on the election?
I'm really interested to see the results because, this election is not really a typical one. Both sides are very enthused, and I don't know if we've seen an election that's gotten this much attention since I've been alive. So it'll definitely be a historic moment for me, and it'll be a milestone in American politics for sure.
Yes, I think the voting challenges that have been presented this year are much greater than years past, but it seems that everybody is really choosing to exercise their right to vote, which is really important this year. Speaking of that, why do you think exercising the right to vote is so important, especially with this year's election? Haley?
I 100% believe that if everyone voted, regardless of what they believe, this country would be better because our government would look more like the people that it represents.
Jesse, what are your thoughts?
If you want your voice heard, if you want to have a say in the process, you have to go out and submit your ballot, cast your vote, and choose who you want to, who you think is best to lead the country.
So, why do you feel that Joe Biden is most fit to be the next president of the United States?
One of the things that has caught me about Joe Biden's campaign is how open he has been to different perspectives. In both of the debates, he said, I'm not just the president for people who voted for me. I'm president for people who are further left than me and further right than me. I really appreciate that his policies have already, he's already starting to compromise, so he involves people other than him.
And Jesse, why do you feel that Donald Trump would be the best fit for the next president?
President Trump has taken a strong pro-life position during his time as president. We just got Amy Coney Barrett nominated and confirmed to the Supreme Court, who is expected to be a major pro-life influence on the highest court. And I want someone who's going to stand for the rights of the unborn, who's going to stand up and say, enough is enough. We need change. We have to make sure that we have pro-life leadership in this country.
If the candidate you support is elected into office, what do you feel should be their first and most important order of business? Haley?
So for me, that's climate change. Climate change is a huge threat to the earth and humanity, and it's just a matter of time before things get to a point where we can't fix them.
What do you think would be the first and most important order of business?
In my opinion, I think it's getting the economy back up and running. We've seen states shut down because of the virus, and those lockdowns have not worked, but it has caused massive economic damages across the country. It's put people out of work, it's put people into poverty, and quite frankly, it's not doing a whole lot to advance the goals of the people who are proponents of the lockdowns.
All right, well, thank you both so much for coming in today. Both of your perspectives are so important, and we really appreciate you all coming in to talk with us today.